So I assume that when she gave you that info for the address that she's working from home, and that's why there wasn't a proper street address on there. But for local SEO, it's important to have the address on there, and the address and the phone number should all be in the same format across every single citation that they do. So that's what gets them onto Google Maps. But if she doesn't want to put her home address on there, and she doesn't want to put a PO box, then it's going to be very difficult for her to get on Google Maps, because it's all about finding physical brick and mortar businesses. So when I was doing SEO audits in the past, like what I did with Kath here, is I would use this one, found.co.uk /SEO-tool. And what's cool about this one is it's free and you can download a PDF from the report. So I've just put Productivity Hub in there, and the only real negative thing it has come back with is the fact that they don't have a sitemap, or at least it's not. But everything else in there is okay. So things like load time, heading tags. I mean, like, this is not alt tags. It doesn't have the height width attribute. It's not deal breaker stuff, but for the most part it's good. So this is like really cool, and then you just export to PDF. So like with Kath's here, running a quick on-page analysis using two of my favorite tools. This was the first one. Shows on the whole your site is doing quite well. So hers, there was an issue with page load speed. For Kath's, I really have to uninstall this browser and reinstall it again, because it hangs a lot like this and crashes a lot. With Firefox, so you can see load time there came up as 2 seconds. So for this report for Kath, that was an issue on hers. Images of her site should be optimized. Like I said, it's not a deal breaker for SEO, and it's easily fixed. So whoever built the site, there's no major, basically you look at that and there's no major problems using this tool, other than she hasn't got a sitemap yet. The other tool I use, but it's a paid one, is this Bright Local, but you can sign up under a dummy account, dummy name. They give you 30 days. So at the end of this, I'll go through and I'll do a report for Productivity Hub, and you can give this to Debbie, but it ends up coming out something like this. So when you've got the paid version, you can even brand it with your own logo, and this is one we did for Amelia back in 2013. So that just does, again, looks at all different aspects of it, and gives you a report on sort of on-page stuff. But so her on-page is okay, so then it just comes down to off-page. Now she doesn't have an address on there, so there's no local optimization for her. In terms of ranking for keywords, first thing I just did was go to Ahrefs, and immediately you can see there's only two backlinks coming from two different domains. So really she's just got no links, basically. So there's no point in going any further looking into her backlinks in terms of using LRT to look for the quality of those backlinks. So normally I would go and run a LRT report and have a look at the quality of the backlinks. So an example of that, Google also gives you some suggestions. So if I always use this, I don't like the plugins that come with some of the WordPress plugins for some reason. They create like multiple things with a link. This for me is much simpler, so I just go xmlsitemaps.com and I plugged in her URL, and this is what came back. So she has 27 pages in her website that one broken link. So then all you do is download. Sorry. So then all you need to do is download this sitemap XML, and with her FTP access you can upload it to the XML one. Yes, some people also have a HTML sitemap, so I actually think I saw in the footer there. So this is not an XML sitemap, this is just like a page. So if the idea was that a visitor would come to your site, and if they wanted to try and find a particular page, they could look at your sitemap and they could navigate to where they wanted. But these days everyone's just using search bars, and it's not really as common to have a sitemap. Sometimes people would, and I used to even do this, incorporate their sitemap as their. So if you were to say try and visit this page, it should come back with 404, as in that's just the techie term for it, but it just means that that URL does not exist on this website. So you've gone to a link, it's a non-existent page or a non-existent link. Yeah, the guys do. When the guys here build a site, they create a custom 404 page, and I keep telling them, because they're doing all these fancy 404, I'm like, guys, don't spend 3 hours doing this amazing 404 graphic which means nothing to 99% of people. Just do a basic page saying like this. But in the past I actually incorporated the sitemap as the 404 page. So if someone did type something in and landed and that page wasn't there, at least they come here and there is a map of all the pages. But this is for the user. An XML sitemap is for search engines. So they will. So you download this file after you go here and you just run this free report, right? And it will let you do up to, I think, 2,000 or 5,000 on the free version pages. If you want more than that, then the paid version is like $30 or $40. It's not expensive. But you download this, you then go to their FTP and you just upload it directly to their hosting account. You don't load it through WordPress, you just load it directly through the hosting account. Yes, it does. Now these guys do a free version, this one here. So you can actually use this one of theirs, and what happens is every, I don't know, once a week or once a day or whatever it is, it actually generates, so you can do 500 pages for free. It will generate a sitemap and it will host it on their server, and all you do, instead of putting your sitemap as this, the URL that you put is off their server. And the guys have actually done this for the suburb sites, for Andy's suburb sites. And then you don't have to manually update it every page. But if they're not adding content all the time, then you can just correct. You can just manually do this. So for me, like with my clients, back in the old days, I would just run this once a month and I'd just update it and re-upload it via FTP once a month. If you did this, that would fix this one, and this would be fine. So on page, there's nothing structurally wrong with her website, other than she just needs to do this and upload via FTP and submit it to her Google account. Now I've logged in. So with her Google account, so they have not been added. She hasn't, her web person hasn't added their site. Google, it also logs you in with YouTube. So whenever I clear the cookies for Google, I clear both Google and YouTube cookies, just so as not to create footprints. So once you're logged into your Google Webmaster Tools account, and for this one I have not only my own site but some of our clients have shared logins, so I've got access to a whole bunch. So if I have a look at Shamrock, for example, so there's all these 404 errors. So for some reason, well, not a broken link, but someone's typed this URL in, so you can see where it's linked from. Okay. So this was an actual old page, and it was linked from all these different ones, but now that page doesn't exist. So the guys need to go through and just remove those links or redirect them or something. So that's crawl errors. What other ones? You can do your mobile test. So there's problems. So touch element's too close, so it doesn't like the design of this. So these are things that you go through and you look at and find out issues with their site. HTML improvements will talk about your title tags and description tags. So no issues with title and description tags. Don't worry about. Well, if nothing has changed to a site, you've added no new pages for the month, then there's not going to be nothing different in there. But again, like an SEO package would be checking on this regularly. So your HTML improvements you maybe only do once a month. Crawl errors you'd probably look at weekly. Google Index you could look at once a month. So you can see there's 231 pages of this website indexed in Google, and you can see back in December it jumped up to 700 odd, and then it's like dropped back. So for some reason there was a whole bunch more index pages, probably when they transferred the site over there was like duplicates and stuff, and now it's back down to fairly consistent. Search traffic, you can see a selection, not all, but a selection of other sites linking to you. I like going to Webmaster Tools, and then you can get a more in-depth site, more in-depth report on your keywords. So so this has changed recently as well, but if you go search traffic and search analytics, you can see what people are typing in. So that's queries. You can see, you can filter it. So if you go impressions, and you can so then I can see this is what this site is ranking somewhat for already. So I don't know what Scarborough is, but Scotland Island Tours. Somebody typed in Scotland Island Tours, and over the course of the last June 21st to July 18th, so roughly 4 weeks, his site showed up 360 times. So then what I would do is I'd go in and I would see where is he ranking for Scotland Island Tours. If 360 times his site ranked somewhere, it may be that his site was like 5 pages back for this keyword. No, this is just, it's organic. So, well, actually it's both, but impressions, that it appeared in the search results, somewhere in the search results. Correct. So here, Ireland Scotland Tours, his site appeared in the results 288 times. Of that 288 times, 15 actually clicked on his site from this keyword. His average position was around 8 or 9, so he's on the first page but right at the bottom. So you look at this and you go, 350 times my site appeared for trips to Ireland and Scotland, but of that 350 I only got 11 clicks because I'm ranking right at the bottom. If we got this ranking near the top, I could go from 11 clicks to at least half that, and this is a way of going, where is my site ranking now for all these different keywords, and what can I do to get more traffic? And this is keyword research as well. So every month you'd go through and you'd have a look at, where am I ranking for keywords that I may not have even considered, but Google's telling me all these keywords here. So this also is part of keyword research, but you can only do this after you've signed your site up to Webmaster Tools and it's been running for a while, a couple of months, so you've got the data there. In the beginning, you just use the Google Keyword Planner to come up with brainstorming Google Keyword Tool, for what keywords to target. So, this is an analytics on my site. So I go to Google Webmaster Tools, and I go to Search Traffic and Search Analytics, and this layout has changed since I logged in last. Yeah, if their site's already been going for a while and getting traffic. If it's a brand new site and there's no traffic and then there's going to be no data there. Because this is saying that he's already getting visitors to his site. It's already appearing in search results. This is no good for brand new sites. It's only good for site. This is just looking at your existing results. But in the case of Productivity Hub, we need to go to Google Planner if it's a brand new site, and she's got 2 links to it, so there's not going to be getting a lot of traffic. And besides this, I haven't even got the correct logins for it anyway, so it doesn't really help us. Even the analytics was the wrong ones. There is an analytics code on there, but when I clicked to Google Analytics, there was no website there. So whoever did their website, they've created a separate analytics login to the one she gave us. Maybe it is one of their own ones. I don't know, but that's not going to help us. So for brand new sites or brand new clients that don't have some existing data or existing traffic and whatnot, then you can just go to the Google Keyword Planner. They've renamed it 3 times or 4 times in the last 7 years. So at the moment, Keyword Planner, and you want to find new keywords because this is a brand new site. So search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. So if you have no idea what keywords she wants or what the client wants and they don't have an idea, you can just put the the home page in there. This is left over from my previous research, so I'll just delete those. So and again, I was using all locations, which is no good, so we just want Australia, and in fact Narrabeen. Yeah, I won't limit it to Narrabeen just yet. So we're going to choose Sydney for where she is. So that's the location. So we're targeting Sydney in Australia, English language, Google. There's no negative keywords. I've deleted them for now. Yeah, and get ideas. So it's going to go to, and Google's going to scan this home page, and it's going to come back with some ideas. Now, by default, it will group the keyword ideas into categories, and they call these categories ad groups. When we're designing a structure for their content, they call this silo structure. Just the way everything's all categorized correctly. But if you want just raw keywords, you just click on keyword ideas, and you'll see that here's a whole bunch of keywords, 419. So you can download them to Excel, and normally what I do is I will download that. I will delete the ones that I know are definitely not relevant. So if I know the client quite well, like Andy or whatever, I know what they're doing, what they're offering, what they're not offering. So this one here, practical business systems. So she's systemizing the business, consulting, increasing productivity. I'd look at the products that she's selling or marketing, and you can see from this that systemizing, evaluating, creating plans, productivity goals. So with that in mind, you might want to go through and have a look at these. So business for sale, that's not relevant to hers, so you could delete that. Starting a business, not really. It's more about business growth strategy, yes. Startup, probably not. Help, yes. So I would generally go and yes, I would go and delete what I know is obviously not relevant, and then send it to the client and say, please delete everything that is not highly relevant to what you are offering in your business. If it's a service, if it's a product, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just here's a bunch of data. I don't know your business like you do. I've gone through, and the obvious ones I've deleted, but just tell me which ones are irrelevant. They might not want to do 400 odd keywords. Maybe you just start with 100 and at least, or even just 50. You might pick the top 50 based on volume. So if you click on this, it'll sort the data from highest to lowest. Click on it again, it'll sort from highest to lowest, or lowest to highest, so it keeps changing. So unfortunately, business for sale has 22,000 searches a month in Sydney, but that's not really relevant to us. Business plan template is not relevant to us. Business ideas, that's about getting started, that's not relevant. Marketing plan, maybe. Starting business, no. Loans, definitely not. How to start, no. Home base, no. Online, no. Management, not really. Business plans, no. Strategy, maybe. Online, no. Maybe. Probably not. No. Maybe. You know what I mean? So then they're going to tell you, yep, I absolutely offer small business marketing, or yes, I absolutely offer business planning. So this gives us some volume of how many people every month are searching for these particular phrases in Google. Google's got roughly 70% of the market in Australia, so you could probably increase, if you wanted to include Yahoo and Bing, divide that by 0.7, to get the number with other search engines. Roughly 200 including other search engines, but this is what Google will give you. So if we were to try this with Narrowbeam, I don't know if it's too too small. Maybe Northern Beaches, North Sydney in Canada. So the best we're going to get is Sydney, which I don't know how much of Sydney that she services, but you can also go into nearby, and this is where you can really drill down into suburbs. But if the suburbs not, so at the moment this is the areas, but we might go 2101, right? Well, that didn't help us. So she's roughly up here, Narrowbeam. So, you know, how far does she drive to consult? Maybe she's happy to drive from Narrowbeam to the city, but she doesn't want to go down south to Cronulla or these areas. Maybe she doesn't want to go all the way out west to here, so to Penrith. So I mean, in terms of volume, if you're doing a Facebook marketing campaign or an Google AdWords campaign, you may want to just focus on this area. And of course, when you do that, your volume is going to decrease, because that last report with those numbers were for all of that area for Sydney. One avail. So Narrowbeam's a suburb in Sydney. It's not a city, so it's not coming up. So even the postcode, was it 2101? None of those are recognised, even though it's on the map there. They're just not big enough cities to Google to specifically show information, for just that area. So I'm going to cancel out of that. So these numbers here relate to that entire area, which again may not be optimal. So if we put modify search, but that's not actually helping us. I should have not put them there. I should have put them here. So there's where you add your modifiers. So now it's only going to look for keywords that include those ones. But I reckon if we actually exported the first keywords and put them in instead of just her website, because we haven't put any keywords in there. If we exported those keywords and put them in there with these modifiers, then we would get some traffic. And that's how I would go, right. These are words or phrases or search terms people are putting into Google every month, and we can see like the size or the number of people searching for stuff that we offer. Then you go through and you can check the competition of each of those. Now there's a tool in LRT which lets you look at keyword competition. There's a few other tools, but a free way, and this is what I was doing with Tom. So if we take them out, business strategy. If we go to pretty sure this is going to be 0. But let's say, for example, that we took those keywords, we put them all in there instead of just her URL, and we put these modifiers in there, and we did a whole bunch of these. And let's say, for example, we saw 50 people a month typing in business strategy narrowbeam. Then by using this all in anchor, what this is saying, what this search in Google is telling us is find us web pages that somebody is pointing to using the exact phrase business strategy narrowbeam as the anchor text. That's our money keyword, and you'll see that, as I suspected, 0 results found. So I can, if that was a possible keyword, I know that that's going to be super easy to rank for, because, like, no offense Tom, the ones he showed me was also 0. So there's effectively no SEO competition. All in anchor, yeah, exactly, or all in title. Again, so there's not a single web page that Google has cached that has this as the title. So here's how I rank number 1 for this keyword. I create a page, I give it the title tag, business strategy narrowbeam, blah blah blah. I give it a nice description tag. I make that page live. I get one good quality link pointing to it, and bang, that's number 1. But we also know that, just like the example I showed you with the black belt one, the number of people typing that in is going to be 0. But once I've got my keywords and I know that they have traffic, this is an easy way to see how much SEO competition there is if you don't want to use a paid tool. So when I say I do a whole list and I've got maybe 50 keywords or 100 keywords, and I go, right, these are the ones that we're going to track. Okay, so I would go through that list and I would generally attack the easiest ones first, because they're going to get the fastest results, and I can go, here we go, check this out, we're ranked number 1 for business strategy narrowbeam now after 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something. Now maybe this has only got 30 searches a month. Maybe business strategy has more searches. In fact, there's 320 in Sydney. So how much more competitive is business strategy to business strategy services? 243,000 pages has the words business strategy in the title. Watch those bugs. But we know that links are a big part of SEO. So all in anchor is a more effective, yeah. So there's 195,000. Alright, if she wanted to rank for business strategy Sydney, there's only 9 websites that have that as anchor text. So theoretically she should be able to rank her site business strategy Sydney, yeah, in the top 10 with a few decent quality links, and that in the title tag. It's a lot harder for brand new websites to rank because there's no authority in Google's eyes. But if you've got an old site, when I say old, that's been around for a long time, just by doing this stuff you can rank pages. And so if you've got 100 keywords and you pick the easiest ones first, you can get them ranking in a few weeks once Google caches it and spiders it. So that whole thing with the buy YouTube shares and the other SoundCloud one that Tom was talking about, I was going to create a couple of pages, send some links to it just to show him like how easy it is to rank that, because there's no competition. So we want to find things that are easy to rank for because they have low competition, but they have some kind of search volume. Now, because there's so much competition, so many web pages out there now compared to say 10 years ago, it's a lot harder because there's naturally more competition. But you still can find keywords that might have 50, 100 searches a month, and this comes back at 0. So what else have we got? I know business coach is competitive, so I won't do that one. Business consultant, 186. That's still quite competitive, because that's anchor text as well. That's not just the title. People have actually got links that say business consultant Sydney and are pointing back to 186 people, in fact. If I was to put Narrabeen though, I reckon it'd be 0 again. No results. No results found for that, but without the, yeah. So if you put it in quotes, it has to appear those words exactly in that order as well. If you just do it like that, then it can be those 3 words in any order mixed in with any other, and there's still only 9. All in title, 41. So I don't know how strong that website is, but they've got the first 4 things. Mr. SEO, well, there you go. So he's an SEO consultant in Narrabeen, Market My Business, but he's not a business consultant. He's an SEO consultant. But this is an internal page. In fact, it's 2 pages off the home page. So if you were to look at that page in itself, he probably doesn't even have any external links pointing to this. Or maybe he does. But he's showing up as so David here is showing up in this because in his title those 3 words appear: consultant, Narrabeen and business, but they're in different orders. If we looked at SEO consultant,